artificial intelligence helps us. Communication, a 5-day online FDP sponsored by
Hello.
yes.
Yeah, I'm audible now. I thought I missed something.
Thank you.
Yes. Sorry, sir.
No issues, sir. I'm happy to see there are serious minded and then interesting participants always on top to always on time to join. We have Divya Bharkavi ma'am, we have Aishwarya Chaturvedi ma'am, Chaitanya Talada, we have Afak Ahmed sir, Dr. A. Savitri ma'am, Esther Panuganti sir, Fikir, Gurucharan Vempati, Ratna Kumari ma'am, Kumar Challa, Kurada Nikhil, Padmaja ma'am, Premnath sir, and then we have Florence ma'am, Rajesh Rajugaru, Rishi Manik Das sir, Vimala ma'am, Usha Jampana ma'am, all of you, welcome this evening. We are very happy to have you all on time. I think I'm audible for all of you, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we are conducting all these. Yeah, Dr. A.K. Sivadasan sir too. Sivadasan sir raised a hand too. I am able to give you, sir. Sivadasan sir, you're raising hand to share with us something.
I just want to. So I am also present. That's why. Other than that, nothing.
Thank you so much, sir. You're always perfect. Even I have missed your name, but of course, some of you are really on time, and then we are going ahead with all these kind of interesting participants from different corners of this nation. Thanks once again to AICT, which has sponsored this event. Without all of you, it could not have been happened. And we have our resource person now. If the poll that ends up, we'll go ahead now. It is my clock showing 17:41. We'll be starting the event. Repertoire, Dhyana Jyotsna ma'am, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you. Once the poll is ended by the poll master, we can go ahead, madam.
Yes, sir, sure.
Welcome, Santosh Kumari, madam. We have even I missed for the Jins.
The poll has ended, none. The platform is yours.
Oh, thank you. Jyotsna, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Kindly please ignore the disturbances behind because currently I'm traveling back home. Um First of all, good evening, everybody. Good evening, dear honorable resource person and dear participants. Welcome back to the evening session of day 3 of our FDP. I would like to introduce Shri Kaushik Murali Garu. First of all, my name is Dhyan Jyotsna Reddy, an assistant professor of English at Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. I'm very happy to introduce our honorable resource person, who is a country head, Orai, India. He completed his graduation in BTech from Anna University and completed his MBA in Information Security Management. He is certified on BCA, Cognitive Psychology from Stanford University. His area of expertise can be seen in artificial intelligence, machine learning, mind mapping, tech research, and many more. Shri Kaushik Murali is a neuroscience researcher who is very passionate about understanding, training, and providing solutions to challenges related to people and their cognitive behavior. His passion, love, and interest in technology made him to add n number of milestones to his success journey. Some of his achievements can be seen in 13 case studies written on different personality traits, development of psychometric module to evaluate an individual personality, cognitive ability and IQ, creation of data modules and understand stress levels and performance of adult learning. He is a recipient of Abrami Award for his recent research work in Velai Katrin movie, and he is also recognized by ASTRA. Now he is going to talk about how artificial intelligence is disrupting the mass media communication. Sir, I'm honorable to be requesting you to take over the session, and I'm looking forward to take some of the points that you mentioned in your session today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, ma'am.
Thank you,
So-
sir. I'm honored.
Thank you, ma'am. So before I start the session, I would want to thank AICT, Lendi College, Dr. Aribabu sir, and this wonderful English department teachers for coming up with a wonderful show. I am definitely honored to be a part of this. And I also thank the co-speakers and the participants for attending the event. Thank you so much. So I will start the session. Just share my screen.
That's given, sir. You can
Yeah.
take the floor and then play it for all of us, and then
Thank
we
you so
can
much.
watch out better than IPL cricket here.
Thank you so much, sir. Is my screen visible, sir? Aribabu sir?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
Okay. Give me a moment.
It is visible, sir.
Okay, great. So today my topic is going to be how artificial intelligence is disrupting the mass media communication. So as ma'am gave a detailed introduction about me, so I don't want to repeat that one more time. So few might have this question: what is a technical guy role in mass media communication, right? So I've been a part of movies as well. I do movie consulting as well, where I am a part of two movie projects. One is Tani Oruvan, which is remade in Telugu as Durva, where Ram Charan played the lead role. So I was a part of that research team. And I was also a part of Velaikaran, which is again a Tamil movie, where I played a key role in the research team. And this is the director and the hero and the crew. I also got recognized by this award called as Abhirami Award for our research work in this movie. So this is the award. So this is with the lady superstar Nayanthara. So what did I do in the movie? As I said, I have a master's degree in brain-computer interfacing and cognitive psychology. Brain-computer interfacing is an interesting area or field of science, and this will be more interesting for professors. You have this scenario in the classroom where you will be having a set of students, and you will be standing in front of the stage, and you will see students staring at the board and listening to you, and you will assume, oh, okay, I have this bunch of 10 or 15 students who are listening to the class, and I know I'm okay that I have all the students so that I can take class for rest of the semester. But the student only knows, right, whether he's listening to the class or pretending as if he's listening to the class. There is no tool which can detect whether the student is listening to the class. So we have come up with a technology called as brain-computer interfacing, which can help the teachers to find out whether the student is actually listening to the class or pretending as if he's listening to the class. So that is the technology that I am working on, and I am using this brainwave technology in the movie research as well. I will tell you about and how brainwave computing, artificial intelligence, and mass communication, how I'm going to connect all these three. I will be connecting in the later part of the session, but to give you a short overview about brain-computer interfacing, it can track what is running in your head, right? That is the technology that I am working on. This is a pic of how brainwave headset is used to track your attention level or your thoughts. So it basically works this way. You have a diode which is placed in the prefrontal cortex of your head, and it tracks your thought process. So now let us get into the topic. We will start with a small exercise, right? When I say apple, what comes to your mind? The image of the fruit apple or the text APPLE? So let me repeat. When I say apple, what comes to your mind? The image of the fruit or APPLE? I want the participants to answer in their chat boxes. For how many of the participants, when I said apple, the image of the fruit popped up? And for how many of the participants, when I say apple, APPLE, the text popped up? iPhone image. Haribabu sir, sometimes fruit, sometimes spelling. Malik sir, Rishi Malik fruit. iPhone, delicious fruit, great. Okay, I'm getting a lot of interesting answers here, right? And I'm getting majority of the people says they're getting the image of the fruit, right? And I will tell you why. Why for majority of the people, when I said apple, the image of the fruit apple came to your mind. It's because there is a loophole in your brain which makes your brain process images 10,000 times faster than words. The moment I said apple, that's the reason for majority of you people, instead of apple, the image of the fruit apple comes to your mind. And that is where I'm going to connect photography, mass media communication, and technology, right? So I'm starting here in the start of the session. We know that brain processes images faster than words. So photography, right? That is the reason why photography sticks to your memory. A good photograph sticks to your memory. Then coming back to one more example. And you can all give yourself a big round of applause for coming up with an answer for the question that I have asked you. So to conclude that, yes, the moment I said apple, for most of the people, image came, and it's not magic, it's brain science. Okay. And one more thing that the challenging tough stuff that we found out through our cognitive research is an average attention span of a student to listen to a class. This has been a topic of debate by itself. Let me again give you a small real-time case study, right? So we have close to 50 participants in the session. Okay, let us think from a perspective of a student here. Now I'm going to take all of you to a movie theater, right? I'm going to take all of you to a movie theater, and you are watching a 3-hour movie, and I'm asking you guys to come out of the theater and recollect 5 minutes of what has happened in the movie. Do you think it is possible to recollect 5 minutes of what has happened in the movie, 3-hour movie? Share your thoughts in the chat boxes. Yes, from Aribabu sir. Yes, from Lokesh sir. Santosh sir. Santosh Kumari ma'am says yes. Yes. So I'm getting a lot of yeses here, right? So when you go to a movie, watch a 3-hour movie, and it is definitely possible for you guys to come up with a 5 minutes of what has happened in the movie, 5-minute story of what has happened in the movie. Similarly, and now I want you guys to think from a student perspective. Now I'm going to take you all from the movie theater and put you inside a classroom and give you a 3-hour theory session. And do you think it will be possible for you to recollect 5 minutes of what has happened in a 3 hours theory session? And I get an instant answer from Florence ma'am that no, not possible, not sir, not possible, never possible, not at all, Aribabu sir. So we are from the teaching fraternity, right? Have we ever thought why a movie reaches each and everybody, be it a bright student or a dull student? A movie reaches everybody, but why it is not possible in a classroom session? As an educational fraternity, have we ever asked ourselves this question? When a movie can reach both dull and bright students, why not a session or why not a theory session in the classroom? Why? Why? If the participants have any interesting answers to this question, you can please share your thoughts on the chat boxes. It depends on the individual. Yep. Identify yourself with those character. You identify yourself with those character. Yes. Theory of relativity. Good. Movie is visual and immediately recorded. That's a great answer. Matter of interest. Yes, I agree. So I am just getting a lot of great and interesting perspective from the professors and from the educational fraternity, which is great. Mind is wayward creature. Okay, individual interest. Mind captures movies very quickly. That's a very sensible answer. Entertainment. Okay. I will tell you why. As I told you, right? Cognitive research says an average attention span of a student to listen to a class is only 15 minutes. A student can only give undivided attention to a class only for 15 minutes. And that is the exact logic that movie cracks. You might see in your movies, right? They will give you 15 minutes of content and you will see a fight. 15 minutes content, a song. 15 minutes of content, an emotional scene. 15 minutes of content, a fight scene or a joke scene. So in the movie, the content is placed in such a way that it gives you a 5 minutes break for every 15 minutes of content. That is the reason why the information that you deliver through movie sticks to you. And we have applied this mechanism or this information into real-time teaching scenario, and we were able to we were surprised with the results that students started giving more attention and their performance increased once we applied this technique. 15 minutes of content, 5 minutes of break. 15 minutes of content, 5 minutes of break. Right? We gave this test. We gave this methodology as a pilot testing for few classes, and we were able to see a tremendous results. And we tracked this. Yeah, I understand. In a real-time scenario, it will be very difficult to manage this. I agree, but this is something that progressive countries are following in their educational system, and they were able to produce tremendous results, and we replicated it in our system, and we were able to see a tremendous results, and we have a lot of research papers backing the claim as well. As I told you, right? And this comes out with a logic that how we learn or how our students learn. Our students learn 65% of the content through visuals, 20% of the contents, just a moment, and 20% of the context through audio, and 15% of the content through words. Now, if we go back and turn the pages of our books, everything is words, right? That's where a product like Byju's were able to penetrate the education industry or educational market. What Byju's did, they understood this logic that students learn 65% of their content through visuals, right? And they came up with this beautiful app which teaches lessons visually, graphically. So that's the reason why Byju's is $1 billion company right now. So again, I'm just trying to connect outreach to the masses, photography or pictures or visuals, and later part I will connect it with communication. Okay. I hope every one of you would have seen the ad, right? So now I am going to connect photography, mass media and communication, right? So I am just going to connect all of this through this ad. And before I go into explaining the details of this, I want participants to share their thoughts on the ad or thoughts on the video. If you can raise your hands, maybe the team will facilitate you to share your thoughts. Okay, I'm just getting a hand raised from Guru Charan sir.
Yes,
Please, sir.
Yes, it is a very heart-touching film actually. And watching it, I am really, I can't forget a moment of it. If you ask me, I can relate to it completely. And I think this is very effective actually in conveying the message also. That, taking a little girl and an orphan also, and raising her as your own, the filmmaker has very beautifully conveyed. So the message has been conveyed. So this is the basic purpose of communication, I felt. Wonderfully utilized. Thank you, sir.
Great, sir. Great interpretation. Thumbs up for that.
We have more hands, sir.
Okay, okay.
Lisa Santosh Kumari, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening,
I'm
ma'am.
Santosh Kumari from Vignan. First of all, congratulations for the resource person and the organizers for selecting a topic which we may not think of also. But actually, I'll give my interpretation. Maybe if we see, there are certain emotions which are being connected when we watch rather than when we read. Because when we are reading also, we visualize certain situations. If the writer is very authentic writer, and if we carry forward the emotions properly, we can visualize the situations. But if you see this short story or short film which you have shown, we could immediately connect what is the social scenario and how the gender bias is being there and all things, and how soft-hearted people are there. So we can correlate many issues, and how that small girl, she developed a lot of respect towards a lady who maybe a person who showered love on that girl. So you can connect anything, even if you read or watch anything, we can connect to the social situations. So I think I felt it. So
Wonderful,
thank you very
ma'am.
much.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So we have one more hand raise.
Please, ma'am. Yeah.
Srinivas Babu, sir.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yep, you are, sir.
Hello.
Yes, you are, sir. You are audible.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. So if you want to keep the people interesting, that depends on us. They depend on us. We people have certain talents, first of all. Sometimes we say that somebody does not understand the things. That is also failure of us. But we don't want to recognize that particular thing, especially in teaching field. Instead of that, we start scolding students. Why don't you understand? I'm very clear, and everything is obvious. At the same time, in this particular short film, the film which was constructed by the person has taken all the care to express and communicate. If you take regarding video or picture or emotions, that is about human bondage. What we can say that what kind of bondage is there and human relations are there. We can find that because the participants, those who are responding, simply it is a heart touching. It is a common factor. It is this is the answer coming from all the participants, means that is heart touching. That was constructed in such a way. So you simply correlate three things: communication, photography, or something like that. That is the thing, because instead of giving lecture directly, you involve us to react. What kind of emotions we people and we share here. So thank you very much for this particular perspective, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So here, now I'm going to connect all the three dots. Mass media communication is generally reaching out to the masses. You have to take your idea to the masses, right? That is what exactly photography does as well. But you need to attach an emotion and a story. You have to spin a story. every photograph or every media outreach that is gonna happen, for it to be successful, you need to have a story. That storytelling is communication, according to me. And where I work is understand that emotion and facilitate better storytelling, and that's where I work in the movies as well. I'm also working in neuromarketing to understand what will work with the audience. Here's a product called as Wix, which is just trying to sell their product, but they are trying to do with an emotion, right? So this is where neuro researchers like us play a vital role in the movies as well. Say, for example, how we do this? We track your emotions. We have a brainwave headset that is mounted on the participant's head. We play a movie to everybody, which is a failure movie. We track the brainwave samples of the participants. Then we play a blockbuster movie and track the brainwave samples of the participants. And we give a comparative study using artificial intelligence, which we compare what made a successful movie successful and what made a failure movie failure. And we apply this information to a movie that is going to be upcoming. If 70% of the neural patterns are the success pattern that a successful movie exhibited can be replicated in the people in the movie that is going to be upcoming, we can say that movie can be a hit. So this is how we are also using technology and artificial intelligence to make effective mass outreach. So you need to have an appealing visual and a story that communicates that emotion. So we are working in this two part to make the outreach more effective. Okay. So give me a moment. I will share my screen. So that's what I told, right? The Wix video, I was spinning a story. Now coming back to this critical part called as communication. And as educational fraternities, you clearly understand that our students have that ability. They have all the knowledge, but whereas coming to exhibit their knowledge or sharing their knowledge through communication, which is a critical part, they are failing miserably. They have great ideas, but they have this problem of articulating that ideas. And I am a victim of that as well. I had great ideas. I was a bright kid academically, but the challenge that I faced was I wasn't able to articulate my ideas clearly to the audience, and that was putting a ceiling over me, and which stopped me from moving forward. And as every student does, I went to the internet searching for how to communicate effectively, how to transfer my thoughts and make a mass outreach. I was trying to find out how to effective communicate the idea, and I got lot of, even millions of articles from Google. So I had all the information. Now I need to put those information into practice, and the only way I knew is to stand in front of a mirror and started practicing my thoughts, which was effective. But since I didn't get any feedback for my speeches, I wasn't improving that effectively. And when I realized this is the problem that 32 crore students across India is facing. They have good technical skills, but since they are not able to articulate it effectively, they are failing miserably. They are not able to get a good job. They are not able to grow up the corporate ladder. As you go up in the corporate ladder, your technology skills takes a back seat, and it's your soft skills that is going to put you on the spotlight. This is when you go up the corporate ladder, right? So this is what most of the corporate leaders are also feeling. You need to improve your critical skill called as communication. So this search led us to come up with an idea called as ORI, which is oral artificial intelligence. As I told you, right, I went to Google, searched information, I practiced in front of the mirror. The only component that was missing is the feedback component. And you get that feedback from a speech coach who tells you you are talking too fast, you are using a lot of ums and ahs during your conversation, which is making you sound less confident. You are not smiling enough, you are not confident, you are not using the right body language. So Aura is your AI speech coach in your pocket. And Aura gives you feedback on 7 of your speech tricks, like the filler words that you use, pace at which you deliver your content, the clarity with which you speak. Are you confident? Are you concise? Are you using the right passes in your conversation? So this is what Aura does to the student and the user. This might be for teachers, this might be for politicians, this might be for TV presenters, right? I'll give you a small example. If a TV presenter or a political leader or a student who is facing the interview, if he is going to use lot of ums and ahs, would you even going to trust that politician, or would you even going to trust that TV presenter, or would you even going to trust that student? No. And the pace, right? The pace, the number of words that I use per minute is directly proportional to the listener's comprehension. If whether the listener can comprehend to whatever that I am delivering, it is directly proportional to the pace at which I deliver the content. And putting a smile during your presentations, right? It makes a tremendous impact. And our research says a 20% smile makes a 43% impact on the listener. This is good for anchoring. If you are a journalist, if you are a TV presenter, if you are an actor, if you are a politician, people who reaches to the masses, people who does mass communication, right? Communication is a vital role. No matter how brilliant your idea is, no matter how brilliant your photograph is, if you are not able to communicate that effectively, there is no purpose. So according to me, photography, mass media communication goes hand in hand. So communication is a critical part there as well. So what we are trying to do is give that speech coach to each and every student so that they get the information, practice, safe platform to practice, and get feedback for that. I will give you a live demo of how our AI solution works, right? Give me a moment. Okay. I'm going to give you a live demo of how artificial intelligence is disrupting the way we are going to communicate. So now I'm going to give you a real-time scenario. This can be a face-to-face interview. This can be a media interview that you're going to give. I'll just play this video where this virtual HR is going to ask me to introduce about myself and how I'm going to answer and how the artificial intelligence is going to evaluate me.
Hi there. So great to see you. Let's begin our interview. So can I have your resume? Yeah, thank you. I'd like to know more about you. So can you tell me about yourself?
So I'm just going to answer this from a perspective of a engineering student. Hi, I am Kaushik. Actually, I did my engineering in computer science. I did my MBA in information security management. I did my master's in cognitive psychology. Actually, my areas of interest are artificial intelligence, machine learning, and brain-computer interfacing. Thank you. So now the artificial intelligence is evaluating my speech and it is going to give me a real-time feedback on my communication. So it says that my expression appeared serious, which communicate competency. You could smile more since that will make you more approachable. See, green is where I appeared positive. Yellow is where I appeared neutral, and red is where I appeared negative. So most of the speeches I was neutral. I didn't smile enough. So it said I was concise. So I was using 8 words. My confident, I used 2 uncertain words. I used actually 2 times, and I used 12% of filler words. My clarity was 85%. My pace was too slow, right? If I'm going to be too slow, the audience will not be engaged. And I used 6 hours, 6 filler words, 6 hours I used in my conversation. Now I'm going to give a confident version. Now I understood my pain areas. Now I'm going to give a confident version. So let me try that out. Hi, I am Kaushik. I did my engineering in computer science, did my master's in MBA, did my master's in cognitive psychology. My areas of interest are artificial intelligence, machine learning, and brain-computer interfacing. Thank you. So from 59, it jumped to 77%. So here there are more green lines where it said I smiled a lot compared to my first time. So my sentence length was good as well. So everyone loves a brief speaker. You nailed it. Confident. So I didn't use any filler words here or any uncertain words here. Energy, I was varying my energy, which is good. So I was like a sine wave, raising my voice and lowering my voice, which is good. But my clarity had an impact. My pace was 125. From 89, it jumped to 125 words, and I didn't use any filler words. So So this is the power of artificial intelligence, right? Give me a moment. So this is, sorry. So this is how artificial intelligence is disrupting the way we outreach to the masses. The moment the student or the presenter or a politician or a TV anchor who is reaching to the masses smiled more, delivered confidently, boom, you see a more is getting lot of user engagement, right? So that is what beautiful part of artificial intelligence. Now the artificial intelligence gives me information on how I should deliver. It gives me a safe platform to practice. It also gives me feedback where I'm closing the learning loop. Give it to a student who is preparing for an interview, boom, his interview performance will improve. Give it to a student who wanted to crack a job interview or wanted to win a contest like Nat Geo cover shot, where he has to take a photograph and explain about the photograph to win the contest. Boom, his presentation skills can improve. For a politician who practices this in front of the audience, and practice before he present himself front of the audience, boom, it works, right? So that's how artificial intelligence and communication, this is like your personalized speech coach, and that is going to be the future. And this is what is the message that as educational fraternity we wanted to give to the students. There are a lot of cutting edge technologies that can be transferred to the students, be it improvement in their communication skill, be it improvement in brain computer interfacing. It is our duty to bring all these technologies and make the students aware of all of this. And that is what is that is what will be the biggest success of a FTP program like this. Give that learning and transfer it to the student so that he will use it and become even more smart. That's the reason why an app like TikTok gets crazy number of downloads, because it gives the student a safe platform to practice himself without being judged, right? That's what TikTok does, and that's what the students are looking up to. If you are going to ask them to come in front of a stage and talk, I would assume in a class of 60 only 15 to 20% would be comfortable doing that. But as a training, as a educational fraternity, we want to give the students the leverage of technology stored so that they improve themselves. And I will also play a beautiful video, and this will also be a big takeaway for you, for your students. If you're going to give it to your students, that is also going to be a great takeaway, and I'll share my screen. Give me a moment. Okay, so I have a message through this video as well. So I will also connect all of the points that I wanted to say through the message. But before that, you guys are super brilliant professors who are attending this on behalf of your students to give them the best, right? I want wonderful professors to share their thoughts on the video, and I will interpret it at the end. So any buddy willing to raise their hand and share their thoughts on the video?
Yes, sir. It's Srinivas Babu, sir.
Great.
Vice Principal.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you say he practiced the things in first way, and one thing I can say that who moved my cheese? Simply what I can say that if I have strong determination, I would like to take care of things and self-introspection. What are the drawbacks in me? I have to know until unless we reach out.
So,
That's what I observe as far as.
Srinivas sir, you are not audible, sir. And
Hello.
Sir,
yeah,
now you are
now
audible,
you
sir.
are audible, sir. Yeah.
Okay, sir. You see, what I observed that we should have, we fix a goal, and you see that sometimes we at the initial stage we may fail, but we are afraid of doing that and we did that one. And what I can mention here, who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese? And you see that what steps have to be taken to reach my target. They may be very difficult for us. Sometimes we may be injured. Sometimes we may sacrifice our life also to reach our target. So we should not leave the things until unless we reach our target. That may be applicable to all the people, not only students, even elderly people and younger people. It is applicable to all, sir. What I can say that as far as the things are concerned, we should not do the things for others' expectation. We do something for ours. Automatically, we can get appreciations, all these things. No doubt at all. Thank you very much.
Great, sir. That was a great interpretation. Great. So I
Sir,
have, yep.
One more question, sir. I mean, one more. Dr. A.K. Sivadasan, sir. He wants
Sir,
to.
please go ahead, sir.
Sivadasan, sir. You can unmute your mic, sir.
Sir, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
It is audible.
Whatever I have understood is practice, practice, practice until we overcome our mind's anxiety. That much we should practice. That's what I understood.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. So one thing. So is there anybody who wanted to share their thoughts? Okay. So that person is your student, sir, right? He will initially find it very difficult to express himself, and a few students would quit early. Few students keep persisting and drop out, feeling the disappointment. They will quit. And people who never gave up and practiced will reach there. So this is a guy who's showed us how within 6 hours he was able to practice this art of backflipping. Likewise, communication or reaching out to the masses is like playing your guitar or driving the car. The more you practice, the more you get better at it. And this is what you, as an educational fraternity, we have to take it to the students. We have to be like that bed for that student. Receive all the all the damages, support them, and help them get better in life. And we are already doing that, right? As professors, this is what we are doing. We are like the bed for the students, supporting them in each and every aspect they are in their life, right? And the main purpose of you guys coming and upgrading yourself in a FDP like this is to be like a light for your spotlight for your students. And I really appreciate it, and I want all of you to sincerely take this message to the students and make them aware of there are a lot of technology with which they can upgrade themselves. And we have a bigger challenge with regards to communication, right? A recent survey says most of our students are not employable is because they are not able to communicate effectively. So communication plays a vital role, and this is how, as I showed you a live demo of how artificial intelligence is making the life of the students more easy. He can do practice as number of times he want. He can get feedback, and the moment your communication is quantified, you will start improving, right? You wanted to improve. So I am I am done. So before I end it, I wanted to take, if you have any questions, so I can share my perspective on psychology research, cognitive research, and how it is impacting the educational industry, how communication in AI is impacting the educational industry, and how cognitive psychology is helping to reshape the educational industry. So I'm open for questions. Haribabu sir.
Thank you, Kaushik sir.
Thank you so much.
I hope there are more hands to come. We have three raised hands. Obviously, our most successful participant, and then our guide sir, in fact, is not a participant. Srinivas Babu sir. Sir.
Good evening, Kaushik sir, once again.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
You're very young and you're very smart.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for
my analysis is concerned as a senior teacher, without using AI technology, what I can say that artificial intelligence, and you have mentioned the things very beautifully, what you wanted to mention and what is important for the faculty members in this FDP, you have already delivered, and I'm sure I'm the carrier of useful takeaways from this particular session, evening session. But what kind of technology we need for using artificial technology regarding to identify, to assess the student body language? Just you have given mentioned two examples how regarding your interview session. This is useful not only for the students, we need to check ourselves. We have to record it, and we have to use artificial intelligence, that particular speech, the technology, and what are our emotions, for what extent students are able to catch the things, and they may receive that. You see, if we give content very well, sometimes our body language is very, very important, what I feel personally, because our emotions, for example, Haribabu sir, everybody likes him because smiling. He's smiling because he's feeling. That's why he's always smiling. That's why that sort of thing is required for each and every faculty before going to assess the students. How can we use this artificial intelligence? What kind of equipment? Do we require a lot of knowledge in computer science? Very recently, I attended 3 FDPs on artificial intelligence exclusively, though I'm a teacher of English. It is my personal interest. Please suggest something to us. Thank you.
Yep. So to answer your question on the body language, yes, we are working on modules to assess your body language. It will tell you whether you are a closed speaker or an open speaker, and what will create that impact on the audience. What kind of a speaker will create that impact on the audience. Right now, we have a facial expression module, which can only track your facial expression and say, are you smiling enough? And in the new normal, when the lectures are happening online and virtual, it is very important for the teachers to smile more to the students. Like you said, Haribabu sir is a classic example, right? He smiles a lot, and he captures all of our attention through that wonderful smile. So that's how it is, right? You smile, you become more approachable. You can be more approachable to Haribabu sir because he puts a smile. So as lecturers, right, if you are smiling with the students, you can capture the attention of the student and be more compelling and appealing. Yep. Yes, we have modules for the teachers as well. Teachers across India are using the app to make their virtual presentation more effective. So we have modules for that as well, sir.
Thank you very much for your nice answer. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Florence, madam.
Yes, sir. Good evening to one and all. I would like to thank, I don't have any doubts. I just want to thank the resource person, Kaushik sir. I really enjoyed your lecture, your session. It was very, very impressive. And I think you have mastered soft skills, because I really liked the usage of your hands, gestures, and all throughout your explanation, I was just observing how you're using your hands. It was exactly going according to the words you were using while explaining. It was very, very impressive, sir. Thank you so much for this session.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much,
Dr.
ma'am.
Hari, also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It means a lot.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Florence, madam.
Thank you.
We have Sadasivan sir. Sorry, Sivadasan sir. We always call you Sadasivan. So sorry, sir. Sivadasan sir, please.
Understanding whom you are pointing, so it's not a problem. Okay. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the presenter. He given a very nice talk, and somewhere I read that people should learn not from the reading, and people should learn from the activities. Activities-oriented learning is better. So the problem is the construct of the curriculum. Actually, the syllabus of highly syllabus-oriented curriculum. So we teachers should complete the curriculum in the stipulated time. So we could not able to bias all these things simultaneously. So if the speaker have some comment on it, it will be very helpful for us. That's my.
Great, sir. We are also working with our government of India to bring certain improvement or certain modifications to the way our current educational system is. Say, for example, right? How would be if education is like playing a game, right? Everybody will get involved. You can go to your student and ask this question. They are downloading a game from a mobile game, and if they are failing in the first level, are they keeping their phone off and saying that I'm not going to get this game anymore, or they keep repeating it, go to the first level, they fail in the first level, they fail, then practice, go to the second level, third level. But whereas, say for example, mathematics, if a student fails in mathematics, he decides that I'm not going to get math anymore, I'm done. So it is the attitude of the student, and we found out a real-time solution for that as well. What if learning is like playing a game? Every student will be in a position to learn it. So those are some key recommendations that we are also making to the HRD ministry. We are also talking to HRD ministry to tweak the way the education is taught to the students. As I started in the session, right? An average attention span of a student to listen to a class is only 15 minutes. But if the education system is going to bombard him with a session of around 45 to 1 hour and blaming the student for not listening to the class, that's not fair. Let us now work backwards to understand how he learns and give them education in such a way that he adapts it without any pressure. So that is what is the whole idea of we doing research in cognitive psychology. I wouldn't say this will be implemented in the near future, but it will take at least 5 to 6 years, but we are strongly working on it, and we completely believe that we are going to change the way the students are going to learn in the future.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hope chat box manager. Anything else is left even in the chat?
Yes,
Kindly.
sir. There are avalanche of compliments around about sir's presentation.
Any question or a request? Any question or a request or any sort of other important information we might miss? Kindly look into it and then please let Kaushik sir know it.
Yes, sir. They want sir to leave his details, sir, and a few people want to conduct a few sessions with him, sir.
Oh, great.
Yes, sir.
That is up to Kaushik sir.
Okay, sir. Sure. So can I leave my details, Aribabu sir?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You are the star of the day for us.
Thank you so much for the compliment, sir.
In fact, early in the morning we talked, the day began today. We both had thought that we would conduct it somewhere in the morning, and later we have come down to evening. This was all an awesome, work together we did. Thanks for all the, oh, star of the FDP, sir. Thank you, Wagir, sir. I think I missed who is that. Anyway,
Thank you,
Kaushik
Vijay sir.
Vijay
So
sir, okay.
I shared my details in the chat box.
Yes, sir. We have found it, sir. And it's not AI alone. You as well reign the world, sir. Are going to reign the world shortly. That's what we actually discussed, sir. Whenever sir was talking about you in particular, he mentions that, sir, even in the college as well.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you very
sir.
much for your presentations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
I think
Yes.
Jyotsna ma'am, you can
No,
wrap
sir,
it up before. Yeah.
Actually,
There
the
is a
poll
poll.
is on, sir. Poll is live.
Poll is live, and there is some information also. I request participants to wait for other 5 minutes. Quickly, we'll wrap it up. We are 6:52 now. Another 8 minutes time we have. Hope Diana Jyotsna ma'am, you can propose vote of thanks. After that, we can go ahead having general instructions. On the other hand, poll master has already said there is a poll going on. I request you to participate in the poll also. Anything else that we have left even in still in the chat box?
No, sir, they're just compliments, sir.
Thank you
They
so
said that
much.
it is
Thank you so much,
excellent session.
and you may also even run the thank note again back to all the participants who have got a lot of enthusiasm, respect, patience altogether. I think Diana Jyotsna ma'am, you can propose vote of thanks, and after that we have an important note also on the screen.
Kaushik sir, thank you so much for this very informative presentation and session. And I'm very thankful for the chance of our students, when you actually came to our college to introduce Orai app to our students. We were really very excited to know how students would experience the app. But after the feedback from the students, we were really happy and excited to know that students were really enjoying. So thank you so much for the chance to experience the beauty of the Orai app that you've designed. And thank you for the beautiful presentation that you've given today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Kaushik sir. You made a elated evening. We have learned a lot out of this AI. AI is really making a lot of wonder here. Along with that, we also have an interesting information for the participants. Kaushik sir, with your permission, I can share it. As Kaushik sir has already presented so well, a videography, photography, and then he has tried giving a lot of information how to handle this new normal in the classroom. Based on this, we have a reflection time for video assignment. This opens by 15th today at 8 p.m. and you simply click on this. You are expected to give your video presentation on something what is shown or what is played or what is left over for all of you. I hope all the participants will get it. And I request Ramana sir to leave this link even in the chat box too. This has already been shared with everybody. We request you to follow this assignment, and then this assignment has grading too. So with this, I'll be stopping sharing of it. Ramana sir, you have that link to be posted in chat box?
No, sir, I don't have, sir.
Okay, I'll be giving it. I'll be giving it.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
There is a request from Rishi Manik Das sir to
Yes.
explain it again that you showed just now.
Okay. Rishi sir, already there was a document sent to your email as well as even in our WhatsApp group about the assignment. This is a video assignment that you have to submit on the link that we have already shared with you. Just click on the link. The link's address now is being even posted on our chat box. If at all,
we would leave it in the WhatsApp as well, sir.
yeah, we would leave it even in the WhatsApp too. So just click on the link, get ready to do whatever that is asked over there. This is a very interesting assignment pertaining to our FDP's outcome or proposed outcome. We are expecting to get it done. So with this, with the permission of Kaushik Murali sir, and then all the senior participants, senior teachers as participants here, Srinivas Babu, Usha ma'am, Florence ma'am. We also have Afak Ahmed, and then we have Esther Panuganti. We also have Rishi sir. With all of your happy note, we can wind up the show. I hope Poll Master is okay. Poll's results also have come. The growth of new media has progressed through riding the wave of technological progress over the evolution of our species. Whoa. Such a lengthy question. There are a lot of ideas involved in it. Thank God, everybody agreed for this. Is artificial intelligence a disruptive technology? Kaushik sir, you coined a new idea, disruptive technology. Of course, mixed opinion has come up. In social media, artificial intelligence, sorry, is social media, AI,